The year is 1981.
Our life together is so precious. Together we have grown.
The hit song of January is John Lennon's Just Like Starting Over, particularly poignant following so closely after Lennon's death by assassination the previous month. Ronald Reagan is sworn in as president. In his inaugural address, he promises a healthy, vigorous, growing economy that provides equal opportunity for all Americans, with no barriers born of bigotry or discrimination. We get swept up in royal romance as Prince Charles of England and young Diana Spencer vow to love, honor, and obey in the fairy tale wedding of the century, watched by 750 million people worldwide. History is made when the first woman, Sandra Day O'Connor, is appointed to serve on the United States Supreme Court, coming a mere 61 years after American women were given the right to vote. The nation is reminded of how life can change instantly with one violent act, as President Ronald Reagan, having just taken the oath of office 2 months earlier, is hospitalized after an assassination attempt. Promise, hope, celebration, love, fear, violence, a typical year, an all too familiar progression for any victim of domestic violence. 1981 marks the year the first Domestic Violence Awareness Month is observed in October. And 1981 marks the year when, in Washington state, a new hope emerges. The East King County Council of Social and Health Services receives a $15,000 grant from the city of Bellevue to plan for domestic violence victim services. In a space donated by Overlake Park Presbyterian Church, one part-time clerk and a handful of volunteers start shining the light of possibility to those who had been without hope. Two Bellevue women don't find the light in time. They're murdered on separate occasions in 1981 and 1982 by their husbands, who subsequently commit suicide. Their heartbreaking tragedy focuses public attention on the issue of domestic homicides in our local community. In 1982, Eastside Domestic Violence Program is officially incorporated by Executive Director Lee Dreschel with the assistance of the Bellevue Police Department and the City of Bellevue. Volunteers and vigilance helped the program grow quickly from immediate intercession to a network of core services, a 24-hour crisis line, legal advocacy, support groups, and safe homes. The U.S. Attorney General's Task Force on Domestic Violence identifies EDVP as a model of a coordinated community approach to intervention in domestic violence cases. In 1984, NBC airs the controversial movie The Burning Bed, starring Farrah Fawcett. Based on the true story of a raped and battered wife pushed to the brink, the film raises national awareness about spouse abuse. In 1985, a corporate office is built. A comprehensive volunteer program with a strong board of directors begins education and public awareness programs, working with police departments, faith communities, and the criminal justice system. In 1986, EDVP becomes a member agency of United Way. Demand for EDVP's services continues to increase by 50% each year.